Have you ever seen something that scared you so much you questioned reality itself? Today, we're going there with a story guaranteed to send chills down your spine. Welcome back. I'm your host, and tonight we bring you the chilling tale of Anneliese Michel, the exorcism that shook America. But before we begin, if you love all things mysterious, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our latest videos. You'll get to explore the unknown with us every week. So don't wait, join the family today. Let's dive into the haunting narrative of the possessed girl who died during an exorcism. The year is 1976 and America is captivated by the tale of Anneliese Michel, a young German girl whose possessions became the talk of the town. Born on January 21st, 1952, in the small village of Liebelfin, West Germany, Anneliese grew up in a devout Roman Catholic household. Life seemed idyllic for the Michel family. They were a close-knit unit with a strong faith. Anneliese had two older sisters and one younger brother, and they all lived in a cozy house on a farm. The family was deeply rooted in the community and respected by everyone around them. Anneliese was known as a bright and cheerful girl who loved spending time with her family and friends. She enjoyed playing with her dolls and dreamed of one day getting married and starting a family of her own. However, as Anneliese entered her teenage years, subtle changes began to occur. While initially appearing normal, there was a darkness lurking beneath the surface. As she reached the age of 16, these changes intensified, leading her parents, Joseph and Maria, to seek help. One evening, while Anneliese was praying in the family's chapel, she suddenly collapsed. She lay motionless on the floor, her body stiff and unresponsive. Her parents rushed to her side. Panic-stricken and unsure of what to do, they quickly called for medical assistance, hoping against hope that their daughter would be all right. As the ambulance sped through the dark streets of the village, sirens wailing, the Michels prayed for a miracle. When Anneliese regained consciousness in the hospital, she appeared confused and disoriented. She couldn't recall what had happened and why she was there. The doctors conducted various tests, but were unable to determine the cause of her collapse. All results came back negative. They could find nothing wrong with her. Days turned into weeks, and Anneliese's condition remained a mystery. But as the weeks passed, it became evident that something was terribly wrong. Her behavior began to change in unsettling ways. She experienced sudden mood swings, going from being cheerful to withdrawn and agitated in the blink of an eye. It was as though there were two personalities battling within her, one good and one evil. Her once warm brown eyes now seemed distant and haunted, as if something sinister was lurking just beneath the surface. But the most disturbing symptoms were yet to come. One night, Anneliese woke up screaming in the middle of the night. She sat bolt upright in bed, her eyes wide with terror, and started speaking in a voice that was not her own. Her parents, awakened by her screams, rushed to her side, but even they were frightened by what they heard. "I am Lucifer," the voice boomed, sending chills down their spines. "Get away from me, you dirty animals." This terrifying episode was only the beginning of what would soon become known as the Exorcism case that shocked the United States. As Anneliese's condition worsened, so did the frequency and intensity of these horrifying incidents. She began experiencing seizures that left her foaming at the mouth and thrashing about violently. During these fits, she would growl and snarl, her teeth bared in a terrifying snarl. At times, she would even bite and scratch those trying to help her, leaving them with deep wounds that bled profusely. These attacks were not random. They seemed to be triggered by religious symbols, particularly the cross. Whenever her parents or the priests attempted to bless her with holy water or touch her with a crucifix, her reactions were violent and disturbing. But it wasn't just physical violence that accompanied these episodes. During her more lucid moments, Anneliese would confess to her parents that she was possessed by demons. She spoke of entities that had invaded her body and mind, tormenting her with their presence. Her words were filled with anguish and despair, painting a vivid picture of the horrors she was enduring. Yet despite her suffering Anneliese displayed moments of clarity where she recognized the severity of her condition and begged for help. She knew that something was terribly wrong with her, that she was not the same person she once was. And it was during these moments that her parents found the strength to seek help from the church, hoping that a priest might be able to help their beloved daughter. After hearing Anneliese's disturbing confessions and witnessing her horrifying transformations, her parents decided to take drastic measures. They reached out to the local church and requested an exorcism. Little did they know that this decision would lead to a series of events that would not only shock the religious community, but the entire nation. As the wheels of the exorcism process began to turn, Anneliese's condition continued to deteriorate rapidly. She became increasingly violent, requiring constant supervision and care. Her weight dropped dramatically as she lost her appetite and spent most of her time in bed, too weak to do anything else. Despite the pain and suffering she endured, Anneliese never lost faith in God. She clung to her religion, finding solace in her faith. Her parents and the priests involved in the exorcism were determined to save her soul. They knew it would be a difficult battle, but they were committed to helping her regain control of her life. As news of the exorcism spread through the small town, fear and curiosity gripped the residents. Many whispered tales of the devil's presence, believing that Anneliese was truly possessed. Others dismissed it as a publicity stunt, seeking attention. Amidst the speculation and debate, the exorcism continued. It was a grueling and lengthy process, lasting over a year. But sadly, it ended in tragedy. On July 1st, 1976, after undergoing 67 exorcism rituals, Anneliese Michel died. She was only 23 years old, her gaunt frame weighing just 68 pounds, her skin stretched tight over her bones. The once vibrant and lively girl had been reduced to a mere shadow of her former self. The official cause of death: extreme malnutrition and dehydration. In the aftermath of her tragic passing, rumors swirled, accusing the priests of causing her death through their actions. However, an investigation revealed a different story. It was discovered that the priests had indeed performed the exorcisms, but they had also consulted with doctors throughout the process. The doctors had advised them to continue with the religious rituals, believing they could help annul. The tragedy sent shockwaves across the nation, raising profound questions about faith, mental health, and the boundaries between good and evil. Following the exorcism, Anneliese's remains were buried in a church cemetery in the village where she grew up. Over the years, her grave has become a pilgrimage site for those intrigued by her story. Some claim to have witnessed strange occurrences near her burial site, adding a layer of mystery and intrigue to this already perplexing case. The story of Anneliese Michel left an indelible mark on the world, raising fundamental questions about the nature of possession, the power of faith, and the limits of religious practices. Her case continues to captivate and terrify people around the globe, serving as a reminder of the fine line between sanity and madness. Now it's time to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this case? We'd love to hear your opinions. In the comments section below, share your thoughts, theories, or experiences related to this video. Your comments always keep us engaged. Also, don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with your friends. By doing so, you'll be helping us in a big way. We value your support and look forward to bringing you more amazing content in the future. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the unknown with us.